Good news if you're a big fan of Gran Turismo 1, 2, 3 or 4, but you didn't like GT Sport. Well, the boys at Gran Turismo dropped another trailer where they've got Kaz Yamaguchi holed up in this undisclosed location, and they keep issuing these hostage videos. Can we just bust Kaz out? Can we find the location? Is it hidden in these lines? Can we get him out? Is it some sort of elaborate ruse, this? Anyway, we're here to talk about customization. And the big part is this. Gran Turismo 7 is going to have the most tuning parts available in the game than any other previous Gran Turismo game. That is absolutely huge when you consider that GT Sport had such bare bones tuning. And I can't even say there's customization GT Sport because it just isn't. You can tune your gears and the roll cage and the anti-stiffness bar and all that kind of good stuff. But you can't just slap a massive wang on your car or turbo or intercooler, those kind of things that we remember from the old days of Gran Turismo, and we actually do miss. Now, as we do on this channel, we're going to properly analyse what was shown to us, because Gran Turismo loved to hide little bits and bobs in these trailers. So here I've slowed it all down, and you can see the amount of rims that you can use in Gran Turismo. Rims wasn't really an area that I felt was missing that much in Gran Turismo, so do let me know if you disagree. But obviously you can buy your custom rims from the mileage exchange and whatnot, so we weren't missing rims particularly, but here we go. There are the rims from GT7. And now we go on to this. Now this is the sort of page that I know a lot of the viewers on my channel have really, really missed from Gran Turismo. The ability to kind of just mess around with these parts and see what the effect is on the car. But also it's a little bit deeper than that, and I want to kind of explain. So I put on screen here, this is one of the cars that I've driven in Gran Turismo Sport a lot. It's the Audi R8 Group 3 car. And I've had some incredible races in this car. I've won big points in FIA. So if you don't know who I am, by the way, I stream a lot of GT Sport. I make a lot of videos on GT Sport. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to catch my live streams. I live stream multiple times every week. And you can see in the top right, I'm an A+ driver, top split daily races. And I've had a lot of incredible racing in this car. You can see it's got my logos on it. Al from the community made this livery for me. But ultimately, I don't have such a connection with the actual car itself, and I really should have such a connection with this car, because I've driven this very car to some incredible victories and results, and I just don't have the connection. And I think that's partly because there has been no tuning in it, there has been no customization, and that's what tuning and customization do. They mean that the car grows on you. You kind of update the car, you make it faster, you take it through high performance classes, you kind of extend its viability in racing. And that's a little bit like our cars in real life, where we maintain them and we kind of keep them going. So that's another part of customization. Now here's another part of the trailer where I've slowed down using AI, and you can see there's a little glitch here. Did you see it? So in the top right, it was meant to say Chevrolet, but it said brand name USA. It's a little mistake then. If that kind of stuff can slip through from polyphony, then other things slip through in these trailers. And by the way, I couldn't make a video on it, but there is a leaked trailer on dynamic weather and rain effects that exists on the internet on another channel. I can't link to it here, but it's in the Discord. If you want to see that, make sure to join the Discord, and there's a secret video about wet weather and that kind of stuff in Gran Turismo 7. But I wanted to show you just how big a difference is going to be from Gran Turismo Sport. I've got on screen now, this is all the tuning and customization you can do in Gran Turismo Sport. I'm not even joking, this is it. So you can up some kind of arbitrary power levels, you can change the power and weight ratios. The tyres is not really important. And this is basically all you can do. You can do the suspension, do the aero, you can do the diff, and you can change the gears. And that is literally it. So if you're a person that's grown up playing Gran Turismo games and you've enjoyed tuning your cars and customizing them, frankly there just wasn't really enough in Gran Turismo Sport to kind of meet that demand. And I'd be really interested, by the way, to hear from you if you're someone that is going to buy Gran Turismo 7 because tuning and customization is back. Because personally, as you know, probably know or may not know, but I play a lot online where the tuning of the car is balanced performance anyway, or bopped. But I did do a live stream recently where we did tune for a tuning time trial. I'll put a link to it in the description below, or a card up here. It was a lot of fun, but ultimately it's not really how Gran Turismo Sport is meant to be played, if we're honest. I felt like we were kind of fighting against the system. The tuning menu wasn't giving us a lot of information. It wasn't really designed for what we were doing. Now, I do want to mention one thing about Gran Turismo Sport before we move on to another interesting point, which is that in Gran Turismo Sport, you can change the category of the car by tuning the power ratios. If you look at the top left here, this power when I reduce power, this car is going to go down from N300 to N100. And that'll be interesting to see how this is going to work in Gran Turismo 7, because Kaz is saying the PP system is going to be way more advanced. So does that mean that every time you change the tyres, for example, it goes into a different PP brand and stuff like that? That would be actually, in a way, more traditional than what we see, for example, with Forza Motorsport 7 and Forza Horizon. Now, speaking of Forza, which every time I mention Forza on this channel, the comments go alive with people telling me how bad Forza is. But bear with me, if you made it this far, I want to show you this. I think it says a lot, okay? So this is the latest Gran Turismo 7 trailer with this Supra, and they're changing the rear wing. And have a look at how the rear wing changes. You get an interesting one there, then I think we're going to get a more traditional kind of GT rear wing. Here we go, there we go. A bit more downforce there. But it's 2021. Look what Forza does. This is me playing Forza Horizon. Look at the absolute state of that rear wing. Now, the child in me says, I just want to drive with a rear wing like that. I don't really care if it's super realistic, or I just want to see, like, does it add way more downforce at higher speeds? Or I don't know, something about that, the size of that wang. Don't clip this. Something about the size of that wang is just like, yes, that for me is customization. And I'll continue playing the Forza Horizon stuff on screen here, because I was pretty surprised at the depth of customization in what is a fairly arcade game. But Forza Horizon 5 is the biggest racing game in the world right now. Over 5 million people have already played it, and at the time they're making this video, it's been out for 1 day, which is huge. And this is kind of the rival of Gran Turismo 7 in terms of racing games. I'll say it very gently, because I know Gran Turismo 7 is going to be way more in depth in terms of car handling, but when you put two people on the street and say, what are the two biggest racing games, they might say Gran Turismo and Forza, and you know, this is the customization you get in Forza. Is Gran Turismo 7 going to be too, I don't know what the word is, like old-fashioned or realistic about it? And I don't know, that's the concern that maybe I have. But anyway, I've spoken a lot in this video about customization. The big message is customization is back in Gran Turismo 7, and frankly, it was never there in GT Sports. If you're a player that you really enjoyed the original Gran Turismo games, 1, 2, 3, 4 mainly, but you really didn't enjoy sport, it might change for you, it might change. And if you've got any tips about customization, or you want to give me tips about tuning, do let me in the comments, or do join the Discord. I've got some other Gran Turismo 7 videos on screen here. 100,000 views, some of them. Thank you so much, everyone. Please do subscribe as well if you enjoy this content, and I'll see you next time. And I've got a Forza on the screen on the Gran Turismo 7 video. I'm going to get killed by the internet. Don't kill me, please. See you.